they really feel the necessity to go on and do this, but that is almost our downfall. Hey guys, it's David. So the motivation for today's video comes from a recent Chris Williamson podcast that I just watched, where he had ex-professional rugby player Ollie Marchon on the show. Now, for those of you that don't know Ollie, since retiring from professional rugby, he has gone on to become a personal trainer and now is in the process of setting up his own fitness business. And so there's quite a lot of fitness talk on this podcast, and I was really taking in all this great stuff. But there was one thing that really resonated from me that Ollie said in this podcast, and that's what I'd like to reflect on today. So that thing that Ollie said that really resonated with me was the fact that it is the person that is prepared to do the boring things day in, day out on a consistent basis is the one that will achieve the results that they're after. And this really hit home for me. I guess this is something that I always subconsciously knew, but there are times where I haven't consciously applied it to the things that I'm doing, especially when it comes to fitness and weight loss and competing. So the reason this really resonated with me and really hit home hard was because I recently went away on holiday. And I'd been training consistently for about 8-9 weeks up until going on holiday, and I was really starting to see some progress. I broke through where I was before. I was achieving some personal bests in training, and I was really excited to compete and see how far, to see how much further I had gotten. But unfortunately, I didn't have the opportunity to compete before going on holiday. So then, go on holiday, away for a week, relax the fitness regime, relax the diet a little bit. And it was really just outstanding, just how much I regressed over a week. Just over a week. It was really shocking. So I was doing this set before, where on one of the goes, on one of the reps, I'd do a 100-meter sprint freestyle. So when I did this prior to going on holiday, I came in 1 minute 10 seconds, and then following the holiday, the first time I did that set again, I came in at 1 minute 14 seconds. So over the course of the week, I dropped 4 seconds over a sprint event that only lasts 4 minutes. That's quite a big deal. So yeah, it's really. And then following the holiday, I watched that podcast, and it really hit home. It really hit home that I needed to keep consistency. And when taking breaks to go on holiday, I still just need to be a little bit aware, just to keep the maintenance in. It's not a case of, you're pushing as hard as you are when you're trying to progress, but just a little bit of intention over that holiday period in order just to keep yourself at the same level before you're then rested and feel good to go again, to start pushing hard is really important in trying to get anywhere. Because I've been through this cycle many times of boom and bust, where I've been unhappy with where I am with my fitness, with my weight, whatever. I then hit that first day first week with great intensity, really push myself hard, and then there'll come a point where I just can't sustain it anymore, and I just drop off. I allow both my training regime to relax, I allow my diet to relax, and then I end up back to where I started. And I think loads of people see this, where they're really keen to get stronger, get leaner, get fitter, all these things, and they really have drive and determination. They really feel the necessity to go on and do this, but that is almost our downfall, in the sense that once we get into that place where we just want to push ourselves through to burnout, we're going to do this no matter the cost, we then lose that consistency that we need in order to progress. And therefore, the answer is not to push as hard as you can for as long as you can and then burn out and drop dead at the end. The answer is to do, to push yourself, but to do what is sustainable, to be able to, push hard enough for you to see progress, or for you to get as much progress as you can, but soft enough so that you can maintain it and keep it going. And perhaps over time you'll be able to build it. You'll be able to, with the stronger you get, the more you'll be able to push yourself, and the more volume and intensity that you can put into your workouts and keep that going. But initially, to start with, the focus needs to be on, okay, right, what pushes me, but what enables me to keep going at this? What's the most that I can do that I can keep going with? And I think that is a key lesson in trying to improve oneself. And this is something that I've utilised, not just in my sporting career, or now just coming onto it, really going to hone into it in my sporting career, but this is something that I used at school with revision. Like, I didn't spend whole days revising. I wasn't one of those that crammed everything in at the last minute, just trying to push myself as hard as I can. When the revision period came, I sat down and said, okay, what exercises do I need to do in order to be at the level that I need to get the grades that I want? And then I'd spread that out over the period between where I was and the exam, and planned that out. And that enabled me to really push myself to keep going, and build up that competence over time, as opposed to people who would leave it all to the last minute, rush and burn, and then not quite do so well. So I think that's a really key lesson, not just in fitness, but in everything, whether it's you're in trying to improve your diet, fitness, relationships. You build it up over time. You don't do these massive grand romantic gestures, and then let it slip and burn off. It's the small things compounded over time. In work as well, school, small things compounded over the time. So I think that's a really key lesson here for recreational athletes and everyone that's just looking to try and build up their competence in something, is, do something that pushes you, but do something that you can do on a daily basis. Don't do something where you put all your effort into it, burn out, just lose hope. Just be prepared to do something over the course of time. So I hope you've taken away something from that video. Just a lesson that really hit home hard for me, and now something that I'm going to look to implement myself, and really reflect on how I'm aligning with that more. So I hope that has helped you, and I look forward, till next time. Hey guys, it's David. Did you enjoy today's video? If you did, please may I ask of you 3 favours. The first is to like today's video. This really helps me to understand whether you've enjoyed it or taken something away from it, and therefore should produce more content just like it. The second is to subscribe to my channel if you're on YouTube, and like/follow my page if you're on Facebook. This means that you'll be the first to receive any new content that I produce. Finally, please share this video with your family and friends, especially if you found it helpful. This really helps me to get my message out there in front of many people as possible, and therefore I'd greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, thank you for watching today's video, and I invite you to stick around to check out some more.